Hey guys, it's Chris, and today I'm coming to you live from my kitchen for a different kind of video. So in a previous video I did mention that I am on a weight loss journey. I ditched the vegan lifestyle. I'm going about weight loss in a different way. There's a whole video about that. You can check it out right here. But today I wanted to share with you some meal prep tips, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, or whether you eat it all like I do. You know, when you hear the word meal prep, you think, oh my god, it's gonna take all day, it's gonna be boring. I'm a busy person too. I don't have time for that. So I'm going to show you real practical tips. I'm going to show you some tools and essentials to make meal prepping a lot easier on you if that's your goal. Whether weight loss is your goal, fitness in general, overall health is your goal, these tips are going to help you. Alright, so first things first, I want to talk about my meal prep essentials. Number one is a food scale. I got this food scale from Walmart for like $20. It measures in ounces, grams, milliliters. And it's a really great tool because a lot of times, especially when it comes to meal prep and portion control, you don't realize that we overeat, or I overeat a lot, you know. So it's helpful to measure out the servings and see exactly how much, you know, a serving of potato chips is, or how much a 28-gram serving of cheese is, just to kind of, you know, hold yourself accountable and really pay attention to what you're eating. My next meal prep essential is this thing right here, right behind me. Like I said, I like to have fun when I'm meal prepping. I will have YouTube videos going or music. A lot of times, like when I'm in the gym, I'm thinking about food. So like if I have my phone with me in the gym and I'm on the treadmill or on the bike or something, I'll like add to my watch later playlist like food and other meal prep videos for ideas, because it's easy to get stuck in a rut where you're eating the same thing over and over. As you guys can't tell, I love food. I'm always thinking about food most of the time. And like I mentioned, you know, I try to think ahead of things I would like to eat, or if I see something that I know isn't good for me, I'll pull out my phone and look up, you know, a healthier version of that recipe. So yesterday I was in Target with a friend of mine and I saw these beef patties and I wanted a cheeseburger so bad. So I decided what would be a healthy alternative. I decided to make hamburger salad. And I used my turkey patties, I had pickles, cheese, tomatoes, onions, ketchup and mustard, and it's gonna be so good. And I'm gonna have that along with some baked sweet potato fry, or baked sweet potato wedges that I prepared a day or two ago. Speaking of my phone, this leads me to my other meal prepping essential. It is this app called MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is a really awesome app for holding yourself accountable. You can set goals and set your calories for the day, as well as your macronutrients and micronutrients. I log all of my food on this app. I log my exercise, like my cardio, on the app as well. MyFitnessPal is really invaluable, especially when it comes to meal prepping and cooking. This, especially in conjunction with my scale, I use it to measure things out, make sure, you know, I'm meeting my macronutrient goals, which is your carbs, your fat, your protein for the day. And even if you go over, it's still good to kind of look back and see, you know, the kinds of things you're eating. You can also track your weight there. So if you have a goal you're trying to reach, MyFitnessPal is awesome. You can set your goal, number one. You can track your progress and set your food and really hold yourself accountable. And my other meal prepping essential is going to be plastic containers. You know, a lot of times on like Instagram and pages like that, you'll see like all these fancy boxes and stuff like that. I don't use those. I would love to. I think they're great and they're beautiful, but I get these containers for like $1.99 from Kroger. I have like some deep dish containers. I have like some square ones. I have some small ones for like snacks and things like that. That's really going to help you as far as planning out your meals. And just a quick little extra, if you have a significant other or someone else that lives with you and you want to meal prep for them too, stickers like this are kind of helpful, just because you can dot which portion is yours and which portion is theirs. Okay guys, so now we're at the refrigerator. So when I meal prep mostly meats. And this is because I can pair them with other things. I eat a lot of frozen fruits and vegetables, so I don't really have to prepare like things like that. So here's a good example. So I have chicken that I've already prepared, which I'm getting ready to prepare some more of, and I'm gonna freeze it. If I know I'm not gonna eat this within a certain amount of time, I will stick it in the freezer for later. On the days where you have some extra time, just so you're not kind of scrambling, you know, from day to day, especially if you have a busy life, it's really helpful to prep your meats at least in advance if you are a meat eater, and freeze it for later. Okay, you know, I mentioned the sticker thingy. So this is my husband's portion of turkey balls that I made. Another tip, especially if you're using like ground meats, I measure them out first, and I measure them into little balls like this. So each ball is 1 ounce of lean ground turkey. So that's really helpful when it comes to like logging things to MyFitnessPal, because hey, I know that I'm gonna have 3 ounces of this because there's 1, 2, 3 turkey balls. Makes it a little bit easier. Onto the freezer, don't be afraid to get frozen fruits and vegetables. That is gonna help save you money. Yes, fresh is, I guess, better in some ways, but frozen doesn't hurt either. We have foods like frozen peas in here. We have frozen frozen pasta for when you're like craving something kind of savory. But again, this is where the scale comes in. Make sure you look on the back. I don't know if you can see it, but this has 2 servings. Each serving is 220 calories, and it tells you how many grams a serving is. So that's where I'll get my food scale and I'll measure it out in grams. One of my favorite frozen vegetables is broccoli. Here is another great thing, frozen fruit. Do not sleep on frozen fruit. I have been loving frozen peaches lately. I will put this in a plastic container and let it thaw throughout the day. It tastes pretty, it's good. When you prepare things in bulk, if portion control is your goal, use a tool like MyFitnessPal to measure out the ingredients so that way you know how much each serving of the things that you make are. Like for instance, these soups here, I made this like a while ago and each serving is 127 calories based on how many I made. So I try to keep things like that available so I don't have like a snack attack. I hope these tips were helpful to you, whether or not weight loss or just regular old health and fitness is your goal. Meal prepping is definitely a way to make things easier on you and just kind of take the thinking out of everything. So, you know, if you know you have these great options, if you know you have these quick ways to throw a good meal together, you know, you're more likely to succeed with whatever your goal is. In the comments down below, if I missed any meal prepping tips or if you have any meal prepping tips that you want to share, let us know, okay? Sharing is caring. I thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.